Hi, my name is Stefan Kremer and I am racing a historic Lotus Europa since 2011. I wanted to try a new type of video on this channel because an endless stream of onboard footage may be a bit boring over time. Let me know in the comments if you like it or not. Lotus is a legendary brand which used to have a real racing background. The company was founded by genius engineer Colin Chapman. In the days of the Europa, Team Lotus dominated Formula One and was all-time leader in number of Constructors' World Championships. But road-going sports cars were not Chapman's focal point at all. Lotus needed to sell road cars in order to finance their racing exploits. This Europa S2 Type 54 is the perfect showcase for that. It may have been advertised as a sports car inspired by F1 technology, but apart from being light and mid-engined, it had nothing in common with a real racing car. The road-going Europa was designed to be produced easily and cheaply. The Series 1 and 2 were powered by a lightweight aluminum Renault engine, which was later replaced with the Iron 4 twin-cam engine. The early history of this special Series 2 model is mostly unknown. After it was imported to Germany, it was first registered in January 1969. The car came from the factory in red exterior with 78 horsepower and a top speed of 195 kph. The oldest known photos of this car are from 1949 after it was sold. The next owner upgraded the car from a technical and optical standpoint. It was painted in British racing green with flares to cover the 8 and 9-inch wheels. The engine was upgraded with a cross-flow version of the Renault 16 using twin Weber carburetors and a stainless steel exhaust. In this configuration, the car was used on the road until 2010. My late father bought the Lotus to drive it on weekends just for the fun of it. But it turned out that a tiny plastic car with stiff suspension is not ideal for German traffic. It could be fun to drive on a beautiful Sunday when the roads are empty. But the feeling in busy traffic between SUVs and lorries was not exactly desirable. So the decision to turn it into a race car came very quickly. In the years prior to that, my father was teammates with Fred Bauhaus in his Chiquita Porsche 911. But he wanted to go back to having his own race car for the 2011 season, so we started to modify the Lotus together from road to racing spec. With its wide body and wheels, the Europa already looked sporty, but there was so much still to upgrade. Starting from the tires, which are 225mm wide semi-slicks. Early on in the project, we still believed in the Europa's image as road-legal race car. But after the very first practice session on a racetrack, the main problems got obvious: power and brakes. The stock Europa is fitted with drum brakes at the rear and tiny solid disc brakes at the front. These have been replaced with a rear disc brake upgrade and a ventilated Brembo front disc. In addition, the stock suspension got replaced by fully adjustable shock absorbers and Formula-style wishbones. The mini-light wheels combine a vintage look with lightweight design. The weight of the car was reduced by stripping all parts which are not needed on the racetrack. With full safety roll cage and fire extinguisher, it now weighs around 690 kilograms. A lightweight body shell could help to shed another 50 kilograms. To tackle the power issue, the engine had to be rebuilt with full-on racing parts. Crankshaft, conrods, forged pistons, camshaft, valves and springs had to be replaced. The head was ported and also the cylinders were upgraded with a bigger bore to reach 1596 cc displacement. Due to high compression, it now only runs on 102 octane fuel and is fired by an electronic ignition distributor. The cooling also needed a rebuild. In addition to the electrical water pump, a huge custom-built aluminum radiator was installed in the front of the car with a duct forcing air through it. Also located in the front boot are the two brake master cylinders, the steering rack and the custom-built anti-roll bar. The big steel-braided lines are transporting the engine oil to its cooler, which is sitting in front of the water radiator right behind the grille, on both sides of which the brake cooling inlets are located. To keep the driver compartment ventilated and cool, air ducting is placed in the boot as well. Of course, also the engine compartment needs some fresh air supply. The exhaust is customized to fit this Europa's special requirements with regards to space and efficient gas flow. Last but not least, the gearbox was replaced by a 5-speed transmission with custom-built ring and bevel gear, as well as a Quaife automatic torque biasing differential.